How much do you need to start silversmithing? How much are the tools? How much money do you need to get started? Well, today I'll try to answer that for you. So let's jump right in. You know, the exact amount will depend on what kind of techniques you're interested in and what tools you'd be getting, because you might be interested in soldering or you may not. You might want to do just rings or you might want to do a little bit of everything. So please keep that in mind. My name is Basia and I will be your host today. From my calculations in September 2024, the approximate range is $360 and $874, and it's a total range where at the lower end we have a price for the most basic and budget set, and at the high end it's an estimated price for a comprehensive set with some upgrades. These upgrades are not actually some fancy extra tools, they're also essentials, but I think they are something you can postpone for later, and you don't need them straight away when you're getting started. Just the most basic set would be absolutely enough. It's completely up to you what you get, where you get it, how much you pay for it. Honestly, in the end, the price for your set that you combine could be a bit different than what I am showing to you today, but obviously it would be very hard for me to try every combination. So let me just break down this cost for you and it will make more sense. If you'd like a handy list with all of the links that I'm sharing today, all of the places, all of the prices, it's actually available on my Patreon. So go check it out. It's linked under this video in the description box, and maybe it will help you a bit more with your shopping. Let's start with sewing tools. First, you will need a bench pin or a bench peg for sewing. It's usually wooden, and this one is like 2-in-1 with the metal part that can be used as a steel block for hammering, stamping and flattening metal. There are some basic and inexpensive options if you just want the simple wooden bench pin. Or if you want something slightly more advanced like this one, this is similar to what I've been using. Saw frame is your next essential tool, and you can get this simple German frame, which is adjustable and it's great. Perfectly enough in the beginning. 3-inch size is the most common. If you'd like an upgrade, a more advanced saw frame, for example by New Concepts or Pepe Tools, is a great option. I have both of them, they're great quality and help with smooth sewing. For sewing, saw blades are essential. Ideally purchase Swiss made or other good quality, because you'll waste money and time on cheapest saw blades. Please trust me, we've been there. This is my biggest advice. Get 2 or 3 grades of good quality saw blades. For example, 2/0, 4/0 and 7/0. To lubricate your blade or drills and burrs, you can get a natural or artificial wax. There's also a blade butter that will last for years. Now on to soldering tools. You will need a torch, and you can get an inexpensive kitchen blowtorch. However, it's quite weak and I would recommend you getting something stronger, like Dremel VersaFlame, which I've been using since I started, or Proxon Microflame Butane Torch, or Tsunami Jeweler's Blowtorch. They can do more than you think. Next is a soldering surface, and my favorite is a charcoal block. It reflects the heat, helps with easier and faster soldering. You can also use a soldering block, they are different sizes, or solderite pad. You will need tweezers, and you can get a set like this that includes reverse action tweezers for holding pieces and copper tweezers that you can dip in the pickle. You can't dip your steel tweezers in there as it will cause contamination. These brass tweezers is something I've been using since I started. Great value for money. You can also get a set of just the cross-lock tweezers in different shapes. Of course, you can't touch a hot metal, so to be able to maneuver on the soldering board, you'll need a solder pick. Flux is a solution you apply onto metal when soldering, and it's needed for the solder to flow. You can get several bottle sizes. In the beginning, a smaller amount will be sufficient. It'll last you quite a long time. Pickle is used to clean your metal after soldering. You mix this powder with water and you can get a decent amount that will also last you a long time. Hot pickle works much faster and better at cleaning metal, so to keep it warm you can use a small crock pot or slow cooker. These are prices for new ones, but you can totally get them second hand. You can even use a small baby bottle warmer, again very cheap when purchased second hand. Shaping and forming tools. You'll need a hammer, for example, a ball peen hammer, which is quite versatile as it can flatten the metal and add textures. Very important is also a rawhide mallet, can also be rubber. It doesn't leave any marks on the metal, so it's essential when forming rings. It can also flatten and even out your metal. In addition, especially if you're stamping or using cutters, you'll need a brass mallet. It's used for heavier jobs. Now a stamping block. If you get yourself a combination bench pin, you have it right here as 2-in-1, but you can get it separately too. Different sizes and types are available. Mandrel is needed to shape your rings. You can get a pretty good quality inexpensive one. The most important thing though is to make sure it has sizes on it. You can be sure that the more expensive mandrels will have precise sizing and will be more durable. Pliers are essential in any jewelry making technique. Get yourself round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, chain nose pliers, which are also flat, and you need 2 of those flat nose pliers. And cutters can also be useful, but for cutting metal and wires, these shears would be better. If you can, I recommend the quality cutters. They're sharp, precise and comfortable to hold. For bending wire for rings, these ring forming pliers are amazing. I have these and they help you loop the metal very quickly and they're inexpensive. Files are quite important, so at least one hand file would be good to have. Coarser grade, like Cat 2 for example, and size of 150 millimeters. Half round file is like 2-in-1 again. You have a flat side and a rounded side for rings and shapes. Smaller files, called needle files, are super versatile. You can get precision jewelers files, but in the beginning these regular files will be great. The price for the whole set is reasonable. To hold your ring or any other element you're working on, you will use a ring clamp, another versatile and essential tool. A traditional wooden clamp is perfect. There are also some advanced and upgraded options. To set your stones in bezels, you'll need a bezel pusher that you use to close the bezel around the gem, and burnisher to burnish and smooth out the surface. Sanding and polishing tools. The cheapest but extremely useful option are these sanding papers, also called wet and dry papers. You can get a whole set of many grades for a low price. There are also these polishing papers, which I tested and enjoyed using. They provide a nice polished finish. A tool that's an investment, but I absolutely recommend getting, is a rotary tool or pendant motor, ideally with a flex shaft. It makes a massive difference, speeds up your work, saves time and energy, and helps with precision and better finishing. Dremel is great with a flex shaft. There's also Prodigy that has foot control, and of course Fordham, excellent quality. The quick release handle is a game changer. For your motor, you will use attachments. I love using these radial bristle wheels, for example by 3M or the Deco, but even the no name will be useful, especially in the beginning and on a budget. Another extremely useful type of attachments are these Eve silicone ones, from coarse to fine grade. You can get them as a set or separate grades. I love the coarse white ones. Sanding discs are also fantastic for sanding and removing metal quickly, perfect for cleaning fire stain. There are different types and usually come in sets. Measuring tools. Ring sizers will be useful in making rings. Dividers are a precision tool that will help you get accurate measurements. Caliper, especially the electric one, is another precise measuring tool, quite invaluable in the workshop if you ask me. And a ruler, a simple tool you should have. Protective equipment. Face mask is a must, that's it. Don't take any risks and protect your lungs. Tons of dust and particles get into your airways while you work, as well as toxins when soldering, so they should be covered. Same with your eyes, so wear protective goggles. If you can, add a fume extractor to your bench, it'll help you remove most of the smoke and fumes. So, the reason I am making this video mostly based on tools in dollars and also US sellers is because it would be impossible for me to try and find prices for every country everywhere. This video is supposed to work as a guide, so the prices will be very similar in most of the places. That's why I chose US dollars. I think you can try and compare it with your own country where you're based. When I lived in the UK and I was comparing the prices, they were almost the same as they were in the US, same in Poland right now, in Europe. So that's why I think it will be still a good guide for you that will give you an idea and an estimate on how much you need. But bear with me, I've shared good suppliers. Lots of tools can be purchased cheaper. You could purchase them used. Someone might be getting rid of their tools, some jewelers or crafters. You could find them cheaper at hardware stores. There are tons of alternatives. So before you come after me in the comments saying that even the low end was still too high, I know because I've based it on tools that are available in like official big sellers. But I personally bought some of my tools in hardware stores or secondhand, and you can get them cheaper. So don't get discouraged seeing these prices because you can definitely still work it out and try to find lower ones. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful to give you an idea, where to find these products, and I hope it will make things easier for you. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Oh, and check my channel. There's tons of videos and tons of tips and hacks and tutorials. So what are you doing still here? Go and watch another video.